Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. To my existing subscribers, hello and welcome, and to those who are joining me for the first time as well, how are you doing? And today I've just decided to come and do a video learning how to apply makeup without foundation. So I have already skin prepped, I've moisturized, I've washed my face. So now I'm just going to go straight into it. And before I go far, please guys, do not forget to subscribe to my channel, comment, share, and press that notification button, even the thumbs up as well. That'd be really useful for me. I'm trying to go up to 1,000 subscribers. So a follow would actually be much appreciated. So today I will start by applying my primer. So the primer that I'm going to apply today is the e.l.f. the Power Grip primer with niacinamide. With niacinamide 4%. I've seen people talk and recommend this primer a lot. So I just went to our local bookstore and I went and I bought it. So this is what I'm going to use today. So I'll apply on my T-zone area. Probably maybe just apply the whole face, Yeah, let me just put a bit more. I'm not applying a lot, just a bit more. So since I am doing makeup, trying to learn how to apply makeup without foundation, I'm gonna go in with a concealer. And the concealer that I'm going in with, it's closer to my shade. So this one, the concealer, I'm going to use it, to conceal all the dark spots. As you can see, all the darkness. I've got darkness here, hyperpigmentation there. So that's what I'm going to do, so that at least when I finish, I'll have like a nice, even skin tone. So these are the bits that I'm going to apply it. I'm saying it's my skin tone, hopefully. And this bit right here looks a bit dark, and then I'll take my brush. The brush that I'm going to use, it's this one, and then I'll just, like brush it. It looks a bit on the light side though, so hopefully, it's not gonna make it's not gonna mess up my makeup. Yeah, because I'm trying to make sure, that every single part is all nice and level and, give like a nice skin tone, since we are not using any foundation today. It looks more or less close to my skin tone, so this is going to apply as a base, since I haven't actually used the foundation. So I'll apply a little bit more as well on my eyelids. As you can see, I've got very dark eyelids. So I'll just apply a bit more on here and a bit more on there. Yeah, that looks so much better, as you can see. Yeah, it looks so much better now. And then next up, I'm going to use, the concealer that is 2 to 3 shades lighter than my concealer. So this one I'm using is the Fenty Beauty one, the Pro Filter Concealer in shade 370. That's the one I'm going to use. So I'll apply it on my under eyes, you know, just a little bit. I'm not going to apply more. I'll start by applying here and then just put a bit on there and a bit on here. And then I'll use like a concealer brush. Guys, I need to invest in brushes because my brushes are terrible. Yeah, I'll just use like a concealer brush to blend it all together. And then make sure every single part is blended. I feel like I put a bit more on here. It's not something that I wanted to do, but you know, I'll correct it as I go. Especially this side, there's more product on this side. Let me see if I can use a different brush to try and yeah, that's better. Because I felt like I used a lot of product. That's not something, you know, because I just want a natural looking, you know, makeup, not too much today. And then I'll move to my forehead. Apply just a little bit on the bridge of my nose, on the cupid spot, and then on my chin. And then I'll use the same concealer brush to blend it. So here I'll just be blending, you know, like in the middle of my forehead where I want to glow. So guys, as you know, I'm still learning, you know, to apply makeup. I'm not a pro. So when you see patches, just know, you know, I'm still on my way to learning. I'm learning. I'm not a professional. You know, I'm nowhere near that. I only started a few weeks ago, you know, so I had stopped, you know, due to ill health. So I just thought, you know what, even though I've grown, I'm just going to, you know, to continue. I'll apply a bit more concealer on my eyes again and blend it. You see, it's proper giving a nice even tone now. Although I feel like I've applied too much product. Anyway, that's part of learning. So now that I have applied the concealer everywhere, I'm going to start on my eyes now. So with the brows, I'm going to use this little brush here to try and even them out. First of all, like this. And then I'll use, you know, the NYX brow glue in dark brown. This is a gel, so I'll just be lifting my eyebrows like this to give them a nice shape. The good thing about the, you know, the glue is it proper holds your eyelashes, the eyebrows together, which is good. And then after, I'm going to go in with this Benefit. It's actually an eyeliner. You know, it's got so many different shades, but the shade that I'm going to use, it's a deeper shade. So just, you know, try to fill in the spots where, oh no, maybe not a deeper shade, but a lighter shade, just to fill in the gaps. And then try and make sure my eyebrows are neat. So I'll highlight the end of my eyebrows like this. My eyebrows are so not in shape at all. But anyway, it will make sense when they start growing. And then I'll get this thin, you know, brush and then just try and give them a nice definition. And then to the other side as well. Now that I've blended everything and I've got a clean base, you know, I am now going to set the concealer. So I will set it with the Fenty Beauty setting spray, you know, setting powder, sorry. And this one is called the Pro Filter Instant Retouch Setting Powder in Honey. You know, so I'll set everywhere where I applied the concealer. And then I will make sure I dust off some of the concealer. You know, if I need more, I can always go back and get more so that it can give me like a proper even spread like this. So get a bit more from my hand, set, and then on my forehead as well, I need to set my nose bridge, and then I just set everywhere that I applied the concealer, even on my eyes as well. I'm just gonna set everything. There's something that I have discovered about my makeup, but I will tell you guys when I have completed everything. So to bring back, you know, some warmth, you know, some color on my face, as you can see, my skin looks very mattified. You know, I'm going to bronze because today we didn't use any foundation, as I mentioned. So the bronzer that I'm going to use is from NYX, and it's the Buttermelt bronzer, and this one is called Butter Off. So this bronzer is very pigmented, so I'll just apply a little bit so that I can bring some warmth on my skin. So I'll just get a bit, you know, remove some of it off, and then I will, as you can see already, you can see the color there. It's very, very, very pigmented. It is. and then dust off some and then apply. You can start seeing that color is coming back on my face, and then I'll go on the forehead and then the jawline. Let me just apply just a bit more. And then when I finish that, I will take just a small little brush. This one I've already used it, but I'm gonna use that one, and then I will draw a line on my eyes, on my nose, I mean. And then the other side. Anyway, when I finish, I'll blend everything together. And then I'll just take this brush and just make sure it's all blended. And since I'm not going to apply, eyeshadow, I'm just going to use this bronzer just to give my eyes a little bit of color. So just on the crease. And then the other side. So now, as you can see, guys, my skin is beginning to look warm. There's color onto it, which is what I like. So now that I've applied the bronzer, I'm just going to make sure that it's all blended, and then I'll just go in with the puff and then just make sure that I, dab everywhere. Just make sure everything is nicely blended. And for my eyes, I'm just going to do something simple. I'll just apply, the eyeliner and the mascara. So I'll apply this black eyeliner on my waterline. And then I'll use this mascara by Estee Lauder in Sumptuous Extreme, and it's number 1 extra black. Guys, I've actually smudged my eyeliner. So what I'm gonna do is I'll just get like a puff and then just blend and remove, that blackness that's underneath there. And then for my lips, I will use, this dark brown lip liner. I've got different shades of, of lip gloss that I bought in Primark. So today I've got this matte one, which is PS, and it's bare, so that's the one I'm going to try today. I like the color. I really like the color. And then I'll just, because it's matte, and then I'll just apply the lip gloss. And I've got the Fenty Beauty lip gloss. Just to give my lips a bit of shine. For the setting spray, I'm going to use the Estee Lauder, and this is the Perfecting Makeup Mist, and this one is dewy. This is the one right here. You know, for someone like myself, you know, with mature skin, a dewy look is actually better, because when you apply the setting powder, it normally causes dryness. So a dewy mist is actually better. And I'll also apply, I'll just wait for this one to dry, and then I'll also apply the L'Oreal one. And this one is the 3-second setting mist. I like it. The only problem with this one for me is it goes straight into my eyes. That's the only thing that I don't like, but I like it, you know. Oh my God, straight into my eyes. I don't know how I apply it. So it's still drying. But what I'm going to do is, you know, where it looks a bit more shiny, I'm just going to use the puff, you know, just to dab like this. Yeah, so this is it. This is my look without foundation. I haven't done this before. You know, I'm still learning, guys. What I said to you earlier, the only thing that I think I did was using this L'Oreal concealer. I feel like, you know, it's not my shade. It's, you know, like one shade lighter. I think I need to get, you know, a concealer that is proper my shade, especially when I want to do these makeups without foundation, because I feel like, you know, my skin looks a bit cakey. You know, but anyway, I just wanted to learn how to apply, you know, makeup without foundation. And I feel like I've tried my best. And out of 10, you know, I'll give myself maybe a 5. You know, so guys, tell me what you think. You know, leave your comments in the comment section. As you know, I'm a beginner. I'm still learning. There's a lot that I need to learn about makeup, you know. Makeup is my passion. You know, I couldn't do it because I was ill for 10 years. You know, it was so bad. But now that I'm feeling better, you know, I can do it while I'm inside the house, you know, just to fulfill my passion, something that I've always wanted to do. So just leave your comments, guys, and let me know what you think. If you can share, comment, subscribe, you know, and get me to 1,000 followers, you know, it's free. I would really, really appreciate it, because that's something that I can do while I'm at home like this. But anyway, until next time on my next video, God bless you all.